Well, welcome to Classics with Kelsey and Sarah, and today we're going to actually talk about Robert Louis Stevenson because last year we read The Black Arrow, and then this year we read Kidnapped. And actually we were talking right before this video started about how we actually get the different books, because like you own most of yours in paperback.
Yes, and what I don't, I generally get from the library.
Yeah, and I know that about like half of I've done a bunch of the classics on Kindle, like Shirley. They had it for free. I really like my Kindle, and then I've borrowed some, and a few that I have my own or I've bought. Like I know we read Around the Worldly Days, and I loved it so much I ended up, when we read another Jules Verne, I went ahead and bought my own copy because I knew that I'd probably want it, so that was fun. So we started out with The Black Arrow by Robert Louis Stevenson, and you persevered to the end.
I did, yes.
I was really busy and I did not, so you could tell better than I do some of the reasons why this was not our favorite.
Yeah, it was, well, he said it during the medieval ages, the Middle Ages, and you have to admire that he did write in that style, but it also made it hard to read.
Yes, I know. It's like, I know even, the little bit I've persevered through, and I've read a lot of old, we've both read older books and stuff. Like, I grew up reading a bunch of G.A. Henty and stuff like that. So the language wasn't easy in some of those, but definitely this one was almost unreadable.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was very, I'm not sure what that term is, maybe Middle English, because I know, but it was, quite difficult, and there was also a little more violence, I would say, than we like in our books generally. The hero and heroine were interesting people, but it was just a little bit hard to relate to them because of the violence, and he was kind of he was avenging himself, and so and a lot of people got killed in the process. So it just,
since revenge is not a very topic we like, so this was one of the, I think this is the first book that we read that we both ended up just like not liking. I think it's actually the only classic we've ended up both not liking.
I think it is, and it was a good adventure, and I know that I'm glad I read it because I do like Robert Louis Stevenson, and I want to eventually read all of his books, but probably not one I would reread.
Yeah. But we both enjoyed Kidnapped.
Yes, we enjoyed this one quite a lot, and this was my second reading of Kidnapped, but it had been about 10 years, and so there was a lot that I didn't remember, and so it was set in the Scottish. It's a journey across Scotland, basically. And
I read it in audiobook, and the guy who did it did a great job with the accents. So that was a special treat for me, because when we picked the book, I was working full time, so I knew I wasn't gonna have time just to sit and listen. I mean, to sit and read as much as I would have liked. So having the audiobook was a good option for me because I could listen while I did stuff. And like I said, he did a great job with the accents, and it was my first full read of Robert Louis Stevenson because I hadn't finished The Black Arrow. So I really enjoyed his writing style. It especially reminded me of some of the stuff I loved as a kid. It's just like those adventure stories that, just like the younger people are very competent and know stuff, but they don't have dumb adults either.
Yeah, exactly. And so David Balfour was kidnapped and it was arranged for him to do so, and so then he gets shipwrecked and on one end of Scotland, and so he's trying to make it back home to claim his inheritance, and he meets this great character who's Alan Breck Stewart.
Yes.
And so he's a fun character. He's kind of proud, and so you'd think, why do we like him? But he's just so much fun.
He's very fun. He is one of those people that he's just like, he's always very proud and worried about how he looks and stuff, even like when they're in dire circumstances. He wants to make sure he looks good and stuff. But he's just like, he's quite an interesting character. Has faults, but a lot of redeeming qualities as well. And I felt like that the whole story was just about, had a lot of redeeming things in it. Like there were some even some of the characters were the bad guys. They were well developed, and that like motivation and stuff was shown well.
Yes, for sure. And it's set during I think around 1750, while Scotland was like with Bonnie Prince Charlie.
Yeah.
So the Jacobite Rebellion, I believe it was. Yeah.
And pulls in some of that history.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great introduction to it all for kids.
That's for
especially,
sure.
too.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah.
But even older people like us who enjoy it as well.
Yes.
I mean,
yes,
we weren't too old to enjoy the story.
No, not at all. Yeah, I think it's an ageless story, really, that anyone could enjoy.
I'm looking forward to our next Robert Louis Stevenson.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
And so next time we're together with Kelsey, Classics with Kelsey and Sarah, what book are we going to be discussing?
It is, I think it's practically our favorite book ever, Christy.
Yes. Definitely. We're very excited about that one.
Yes.
So thank you so much for watching.
Yep, thanks.